Hi, welcome to new unboxing and quick analysis. Today will be a new quadcopter, a new racer. It comes in RRGF edition. It means that you have to install your own receiver, LiPo battery, and you have your own transmitter. This is a REDCON Phoenix 210, so this is a 210mm quadcopter size. So let's open the box. In this black box, here is the quadcopter, so very basic. Here is the nice beastie model. So in the first glance, you can notice that everything is in carbon except the lateral lateral side, which is 3D printed, and the kind of protector shield for motor ports. And below this one you can find, I hope you can see, the ESC. So they are completely decentralized. Usually they are installed inside. Okay, here they are on the bottom legs. It's very surprising. On the bottom upper side, sorry, you can find the 800 TVL FPV camera with already a nominal angle of 15 degrees. So if you're flying aggressively, maybe it won't be enough. You have a second position, but I'm afraid that the camera will be hidden by the front part of the upper clean part. On the bottom side, the rear side, you will find some LEDs. They can be programmed, okay, through, for example, CleanFlight or Betaflight, and here you can find an RP ECMA connector to attach your 5.8 GHz antennas. With this package, you can find a linear antenna, okay, and some cable. You have a receiver cable, okay, and some different plug as well as some camera mount. Finally, you have a set of props. They are exactly 50-45, bull nose, a little bit flexible. Maybe you will have to install some better model. And just two pieces of papers associated with to be a kind of instruction manual, the description of your REDCON Phoenix and the different color you can find, okay, from rose, pink, black, white, yellow, and red. I have the red edition, if I'm not wrong, and you have these papers more for the specification. So, as I said, 800 TVL camera, 200mW video transmitter with 32 channels in 5.8 GHz band, and you have a CC3D board, okay, installed, and DAC are 15 amperes, no mention of the peak. You have flashed with some one-shot 125 compatible firmware. Motors are some 22 type, 2204 to be more precise, and spinning at 2300 kV, okay, and you have some LEDs and a buzzer. So I will give some information about weight, arm thickness, etc. So first of all, I will give some information about the different thickness of the structure. The arm seems pretty solid, and they are 3mm. The first impression you have with this model, it seems to be very solid, so completely crash resistant. That's pretty cool. Really I've got this feeling. That's a good point. So arms and all the bottom structure are 3mm. Okay, the upper one for the where you can install, for example, a Mobius cam is 1.5, I guess, okay? And well, it's pretty cool. So, for example, the weight of this machine without any LiPo is, oh, I have to use this box first as order, okay? And the weight is approximately of 295 grams, okay? So if you add the props and the linear antenna, you should exceed more than 330 grams, more or less, okay? So you have to add your own LiPo battery. Important maybe you will need to know is what is the distance between the XT60 connector to the antenna. So you have something like 90 millimeters, okay, approximately, maybe a little more. So 9 centimeters, 91 millimeters between. Okay, so here you can find the location when you can pass through the battery strap. Okay, so on this side you can find the mini USB to connect your CC3D board to your PC, and on the other side no connector. So yes, you can guess probably here in upper position you can access with difficulties to 2 extra connectors. Okay, so to attach probably your flexi port and your main port. Drawback: the receiver port is not directly accessible. You will need to remove this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3 X screw to attach. Another point: if you want to access to the ESC, you will have to remove these 2 M2 X screw per motherboard. Okay, so let's have a look inside. Okay, so when you remove everything, you can find the board. So effectively, the receiver port is installed inside, so it's not possible to access it directly from outside. Here you can eventually install a receiver, but I'm afraid there is not a lot of free room. We will see in a few seconds. You have the video transmitter and stand front. The RG376 coax cable is directly soldered on the video transmitter and attached to this coaxial, okay, here. And you can find the power distribution board here. Okay, it's pretty clean, and the XT60 connector. So I will try to install eventually a receiver here, but I will see if I can have enough free room. Let's go. Okay, so I tried to install a FSK D402. Unfortunately, on the rear side or even on the front in oblique, it was not possible to insert it as well as, for example, this kind of FSK clone RX F801. So I will install more DSM2 receiver. This is the Urange R616XN, pretty small in DSMX CPPM receiver. So I will install it through the receiver plug. So in the bag you will find this receiver, and since this ESC are supporting one-shot 125, as you already may know, the PPPM signal is no more the third wire. So here, this is this blue, if I'm not wrong. Yes, yes, this blue. Okay, so from you have the ground, the VCC, and usually in PMW or classic PPM, the PPM was in this blue, the third, but now with one-shot 125, this is this one. So what I will do, I will disconnect all the necessary wire from the connector. I will use this small tweezer. Okay, so I will gently raise each tab of unnecessary wires. So with the tweezer, just gently raise the plastic tab. Okay. Take me a couple of seconds. Okay, and you will be able to gently pull on the unnecessary wire. Okay, it takes a fraction of a second. Okay, the yellow one is first. Okay, the first yellow, unnecessary, and I will continue. I will take my magnifiers, it's always good. Raise the plastic tab, and it's not necessary to remove, but if you want to make your installation more clean, etc., you can remove them. It's not necessary. Okay, green. Now this one is resistant. Oops. Okay. Two remain. 7 now. Okay, and I will remove also the third one, the signal, okay, to clean everything, because now PPN will be the last. So I don't need anymore the PPN, the blue. And it should be okay. Okay. So now I will have to raise this one, okay, from the servo plug. You will be connected to the receiver. So the same, but it's a little bit more easy. You just need to raise this big metallic, okay, plastic, sorry, and you can remove it. And what I will do, I will raise this one from the yellow. Okay, and now install it on this plug instead of the first initial. And voila. So now I've got this cable, okay, to be connected to your PPM receiver and connected to your receiver port of the CT3D. Okay, now let's attach the system. Okay, so I will need to connect everything. So if I'm not wrong, if I can see everything, so the pin is on the top, so I should insert the PPM receiver like this. It's a little bit tricky, I found, to insert. Okay, so maybe bend your receiver plug. And okay, it's connected. So now I will be able to reinsert everything. Okay, so be sure to capture. You have to know that I disconnected the video transmitter like this. So you will have to pass through this video connector. Okay, and you should be able now to insert correctly your receiver. You have a lot of room now. Why not on the lateral side? Okay, it's a possibility. It's up to you. So something not disturbing the rest. Okay, and reassemble everything and ready to set up for OpenPilot or Betaflight. Okay, here is the final result of the assembling. So as you can see, I can even install a 1600 milliamps power, 3S LiPo on top. It's enough. Okay, I got enough room to insert the XT60 connector. Well, it's okay, and everything scale more than 500 grams. One word about the motors. Well, with my model, there is a small bags concerning the prop cap thread. For example, for the clockwise motors, unfortunately, too tight, you have to also apply clockwise screwing sense. So it means that in practice, during assembling, they probably inverse this motor with this motor and this one with this one. So I think it's a bug during the first batch of assembling. So it means that if you have the same problem, well, you will have to tight very well your prop cap if you don't want to lose them in mid-flight. Okay, so now I will engage we'll show the default OpenPilot configuration and also do the Betaflight installation configuration. Let's go. Okay, so what you will need, it's a USB cable with a mini USB plug in the other side. So first of all, we'll have to plug your mini USB to the lateral side. You have to know that there are some versions of the CC3D board where the arrow is either in the main axis or, like mine, where the board is in practice flipped off 90 degrees. So it will be important in the later configuration. So let's go. So what I will start is OpenPilot. Okay. And if everything is okay, you should just plug your USB plug, and if of course you have the associated OpenPilot driver, it should be seen. Okay, here, no problem at all. So here is the basic configurations. So for the hardware, you have by default you have a PMW with no one shot. So if you done like me PPM receiver, you have to select this option here. Okay, so actually I will leave this option by default to show you the default settings. FlexiPort disable, the main port on S-Bus, so it was more clearly to welcome a S-Bus receiver. The default layout, no problem. Okay, the input so have to be set, but the more interesting are the flight modes. So 3. The basic horizon mode. Okay, notice the rates for the second mode, flight mode, and the rate mode for the yaw, and the third flight mode is more like pure acro, where everything is in the rate mode. Arming sequence in yaw right. Okay, and you have the different value. Okay, here the one shot 125 is not set by default, so you have to select also. Okay, by default by shooting this one. So I think not all OpenPilot settings are correctly set. Okay, and you have to make some small adjustment if you want to use OpenPilot. Okay, here is the other one for the settings, the default PID settings for the bank 1, bank 2, and bank 3, so they are the same more or less. Okay, in expert. Okay, okay, so it was the default settings for OpenPilot. Now I will focus more how to install Betaflight and to configure it for your Phoenix 210. Okay, so this is a part dedicated to the installation of Betaflight on your REDCON Phoenix 210. So first of all, be sure that all the props are off. Okay, battery is off, and you have a mini USB cable plugged and USB plug to your laptop not yet connected. So you have to download the last Betaflight version, so actually it's a 2.6.1, and you have to take this file with the CC3D board, okay, and with an OpenPilot bootloader. This file don't include all the features of Betaflight because the full features is this one, but this one you will need a FTDI device to flash on it. So it's okay with this file already. You have the main flight modes available, so it's okay. So you will, after download it, you will have to run OpenPilot. Okay, and it's classic. You have to go to a firmware section there, and then to press rescue. You have 20 seconds to plug your USB cable, open it, and you will have to download the previous .bit file you just saved a few seconds earlier. So I will look for it. Okay, and I will take this file. As you can see, I got another file which is the backup of the current OpenPilot firmware. So you will have to press, if you want to retrieve this button before to flash the new one, to save your default OpenPilot firmware. But anyway, I will select the new Betaflight files. Okay, and you will have to check this file. I know what I'm doing and press and flash. It will take a couple of seconds. Okay. Okay, it's done, and I will close OpenPilot. So I will disconnect the USB. And now if I open the clean files configurator, and if I click directly, the first time, if you didn't install the CP210 driver, you will install the driver, but nothing appeared, especially here, no port, no new port is appearing. So what you have to do, first of all, disconnect the USB, connect for a couple of seconds your battery, wait the end of the ESC booting. Now you can connect your USB, and you should see now your COM appearing. You can connect right now. Now, if you want, you can disconnect your LiPo, because we will do some first basic settings. So, what we will do first to check a little bit the stuff. We can see on the port nothing to change there. Okay, so basically I will install the PPM receiver on the receiver port. So actually it should be the work one. Let's go to the configuration section. So be sure that one shot is 125 is selected, and click on disarm. I will decrease this value to 75 here. Okay. Then it's very important. This is the board sensor alignment. If you notice that your arrow on the TC3D board is pointing on to the right, you have to apply a 90 degrees angle there. Okay. If you see that your arrow is aligned on the main axis, no alignment is required. Okay. I will select the PPM receiver because I installed on the receiver port, and then also checked the LED strip features. Okay. Okay, check everything. Now I will click on save and reboot. Okay, so disconnect again the USB, connect for a few seconds the batteries, reconnect the USB at the end of the music. Okay, you can see the COM appearing. We'll disconnect the battery again. Okay, it's not over. We will do the face safe. Okay, I will click on drop there, and I will have to save again. Okay, so the same music. Each time you're changing the section, you will have to reboot in general. Okay, now wait, plug again. It's a little bit annoying, but it's like this with this type of Betaflight installation. So face safe is done. Yes, and I will go to the PID settings. I will go to apply LuxFloat controller. I will save. Luckily this time I don't need a reboot. Okay, on the receiver, okay, be sure that if I turn on the battery and turn on the radio. Now, as you can see, I can see everything is moving. It's pretty good. So the ppm receiver is seen. That's good. Okay, and I will continue to turn on. I will apply some mode. Okay, so I will add an horizon mode. So by default is X1. Okay, so I will apply in the first section like this. I will add super expo or air mode, let's say air mode. Okay, so from this one to this one. Okay, save. Okay, and the third, let's say angle, pure angle. So like this and to this one. Okay, save. We will see horizon, middle air mode, third one angle is working. Okay, so it's done. And I will make some go to the motor section to calibrate ESC. That's pretty important. So turn off the radio, remove the batteries. Okay, be sure one more time that the props are off, and click here, put master on maximum, turn on the batteries. Okay, here this end of the music, and click at minimum, and this end of the music. Okay, now it's done. You can disconnect the batteries. ESC are calibrated, and then if you you will need also to apply some basic command to be compatible with the OpenPilot, Betaflight motor layout. So how to proceed? You will go to take the mixture command. Okay, I will copy paste here, copy, go to the command line interface, paste, apply. Don't forget to press save, to type save. Okay, one more time. You will have to press disconnect here, disconnect the USB. Okay, and then and on the music, click on connect. Okay, if sometime is not connecting, you have to close Chrome and restart CleanFight configurator. Okay, sometime, especially after the mixing command, sometime is crashing. So reconnect. And now it's working. I observe that. So if you want, you can apply. Okay, be sure that. Oh, you should. I will check that the 90 degrees it was applied. Yes, it should be applied. It's correctly done. Okay. So to be sure, you can calibrate accelerometers. Okay, and yes, seems that the board is flipped from. Okay, and then if you want, you can apply some LED stripping, like the Fire AG proposed, to have some flight mode available on the rear part. Okay, but anyway, it was the basic instruction to flash your Betaflight. We try to see if I can harm the motors. Yes, no problem to harm. Okay, to harm again. So be sure to do your endpoint close to 1020 to be sure of it. Okay, to harm correctly. If not, you will have to increase your your scale point to be sure of it. So you know it's not rather throttle. Okay, to be sure of it, to go to arm correctly your quadcopter. So you will have to go to the receiver part and be sure to go above these values. So as you can see, the throttle is not going down. So okay, you have to really go to below 1020 to arm correctly. Okay, so for me, I have to set my endpoints, for example, close to 1008. Okay. And I can disarm properly. Okay, so it was the basic settings, and I will give the file and everything. Thank you.